This is a place.
This is the place?
This is a place. We want to talk about. This is a place.
Welcome to this week's episode of This is a Place podcast. My name is Nate.
And I'm Brandon.
And happy Day of Judgment.
What? It's today?
Today's Judgment Day.
Oh, no.
I don't even know what that means.
National Day of Judgment, huh?
So the picture I'm looking at has a guy looking at himself into the mirror, and it says Day of Judgment. So is he judging himself because he already fell off the bandwagon for his New Year's resolutions?
That's probably what it is. Even though it sounds serious, it is a fun holiday that reminds us that we are our own best judge and we don't have to wait until death to realize our rights and wrongs.
Okay.
All you have to do on Judgment Day is simply take a glance in the mirror and be your own judge.
Okay, there you go.
National Judgment Day.
So, yeah. And it's also National Ditch New Year's Resolution Day.
Oh, really?
So you can, that just says you can either judge yourself for not doing your New Year's resolutions or
Judge yourself for doing a good job.
doing a good job.
I guess judge kind of has a negative connotation if you're judging somebody.
It does. It really does. And they always say don't judge people, but we do. We have to judge.
We have to.
Yeah. I mean, if Rottweiler with slobber coming out of its teeth comes running up to me barking, I have to make a judgment call that it's going to bite me. So I got to do something about it. But
yeah,
I just think it's funny how everyone says don't judge, but I would say this: don't judge people for their shortcomings.
Don't judge people based off preconceived notions or
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, everybody has their weaknesses.
Don't judge people unfairly. Yeah. That's what you should say.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
Don't judge me.
You think you're better than me?
You don't know me. So, but yeah, in reality, we all have to judge and make our decisions. I mean, because isn't that human nature is to live and protect yourself? So every day you're making judgments on what you should or should not do. Like if you're crossing the street when there's cars coming, not a good judgment call.
Not a good judgment call unless you're a chicken.
You're a chicken.
Because you got to get to the other side. Well, I know you don't start your New Year's resolutions until around this time, around Judgment Day.
I actually was talking this morning. I think I'm going with February 1st. What started at the beginning of the month?
I'm going to join you because mine have not gone very well.
No.
What
did you see? I actually posted on Facebook.
I did.
How many do I have to do? 6?
I think you did 4 last year. So yeah, I think 5 or 6. You're doing good.
So I'm almost done.
That's a good plan. But we didn't even talk about, well, this was last year's resolution, but we talked about how we were going to have an episode every single week. And guess what? First of the year, already felt that for this podcast. It's all my fault completely. I won't place the blame on you, Nate.
So do we hang up the microphones?
May as well. I mean, at this point.
Let's make a judgment call and just quit.
Well, this was our last episode. Thanks for joining. No, but I got busy, which is crazy. During Christmas and New Year's, I still was able to make it happen. But I just got those January wintertime sleepies and non-motivation feelings.
All right.
And I didn't get the episode edited until a week later. So you guys listened to last week's episode, which actually was supposed to be from the previous week. So I don't think no one said anything. So I think everybody's in the same boat. They're just, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Or maybe, I mean, I know a lot of people. Define a lot of people. I know some people who listen to the podcast, but they don't listen to the day it comes out. So they probably didn't think anything of it. But now you just brought it up and now they know the secret's out.
I mean, I've listened to podcasts. There's a lot that I subscribe to And I didn't even notice that they didn't have episodes for a few weeks because I just keep going through the same, and it was a busy time of year, right?
Mhm.
So maybe people just don't notice as much. I know one listener noticed and asked me when the episode's going to come out. I'm sure you can guess who that was, but
My wife.
your wife, yes.
My wife.
Yeah, she texted me and said, Brandon, where's the episode?
So if you remember, was it last episode that we had a secret word?
Yeah,
I think you said fluffy fingers,
yeah, I think it did.
and then I said it had to be case logic because we told the
Case
case
logic.
logic story.
Right.
So on Thursday, my wife just texted me fluffy fingers, case logic. And I was
Oh,
like,
she
what is
got both of them.
So I was like, what is she talking about? And yeah, I think she's caught up now.
Man,
So she spent part of her Christmas break listening while she was doing some chores.
is there a better way to spend your Christmas break than listening to us?
I know, like time just passes by so quickly.
Yeah. And I give you permission to listen to us double speed because that's how fast I listen to everything. If you have Spotify, you can go to, I think, triple speed. May as well. Just do you, you know? But we
We
actually
won't
do have
judge.
what?
We won't judge.
We won't judge. I mean, maybe a little.
Little.
But we actually have a topic for the day. Crazy, right? And technically, this checks our box of field trip. We didn't go on a field trip within the last couple days or weeks. We went on a field trip back in October, and we are now going to report on where we went.
And this is actually a place I think I've been trying to go to since probably the early 2000s.
That's a long time.
I feel like every when I got into real estate, I got into it doing mortgages. And for some reason, we kind of targeted the Hispanic community at Casa America.
Hmm.
So I had a lot of Latinos that came in to apply for mortgages to buy the houses that they were selling. And I think we got in with this restaurant, and they had a lot of cooks that wanted to buy properties. So we struggled with trying to verify their income because they got paid a certain amount of money, and then the rest of it came from tips and cash. So it was hard to verify their money. And the owner wasn't willing to sign anything saying that they got paid more because he didn't want to get in trouble. But the whole reason I bring that up is because I had so many clients back then that worked there. I always wanted to go try it. And because of this podcast, it only took 20 years to make it happen.
You're welcome. Finally made a dream come true of yours, Nate.
So we made it happen. And we'll be honest with everybody. It wasn't our first choice to go to that night.
It was not.
Where did I want to go?
Gandalf the Great.
I wanted to see Gandalf the White. Is that what he's
Gandalf the
called?
White. Gandalf the Gray or Gandalf the White?
I don't know. Is that is that Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, you got it.
Gandalf?
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I've seen all three of them.
Okay. Okay.
Well, hold on. Do you say seen, watched? I participated. I was in the same room.
You do not like
I paid
fantasy,
attention to it.
do you?
Oh, it's so hard. I mean, going back to the early 2000s, I remember being in my friend's hot tub, and this kid, like his mission buddy or something, was in there, and he was just going off about how he just saw Lord of the Rings, and it was amazing. We had to go see it, and so like the next day, we all go to the theater to watch the first Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, and you need to be prepared to not drink anything before you go see one of those movies because they're like what 3 hours long.
I thought you were gonna say because it'll trip you out because you're so drunk. I don't know.
No,
I was
you
like,
just
where's he going?
don't have a lot of liquids because then
Because yeah.
they need to have like an intermission or something so you can go to the bathroom. But
Did you know they have extended versions? They're like
my
4 hours long.
my wife loves it, and she has
Really?
them. I think that's one thing she brought with her when we got married, like to our first place we lived, was her extended versions of Lord of the Rings. I'm
She's
like,
like, I can't wait to watch this with my future husband. You're like, yeah, I hate that.
And I feel like I remember my little brother when he got home from his mission, and with my brother-in-law, they were going to do a Lord of the Rings like extended version marathon, and they about killed themselves by the end of the day. Like they couldn't handle it either. They're just like, oh, and to give credit to the movies or anything like that, like I love Rocky movies, and I tried once to watch. Back then it was only 5 movies, all
Mm,
five in one day, and it's rough.
yeah.
You can't, it's too much. So but man,
So someone we had on the podcast, Jaron Jordan, he lists for every Christmas, he'll watch all of them in one day. And that's
oh way,
I don't know if it's Christmas or around Christmas time.
so
Every
then
year he watches the extended version. A full day makes it through it because he loves it that much.
I no, I could probably watch all three Karate Kids in one day. I could handle that. 3 movies.
I could
I
do
don't even
the three
remember.
Back to the Futures. I could do that.
I could do that. I could do the three. I think three is probably. And I think that's when I did the Rocky movies. I think we got through the first three, and I mean, it was only like because I think we started early in the morning, not early, but like 10 o'clock in the morning, and so it wasn't super late. But I'm just like, should we do these later? And we never went back to finish them, but it's hard. I remember too when we first got married back when they had DVDs.
Mhm.
We I think we rented one of the seasons of Friends on DVD, and we watched like 2 discs worth of them. And even then, I'm like, I can't. Nope. Like only like 2 hours in, I'm like, no, I can't watch another episode. It's just it's like everything else, right? If I mean, steak is good, but if you eat too much
Moderation.
steak, moderation, everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, how did we get on this tangent?
We didn't want to go to the Lord of
How
the
did we
Rings
go down
restaurant.
this road or
We
down
wanted
this cave?
down this cave. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely haven't watched the movies. Haven't watched the movies.
I was trying to bring us back to our topic, Brandon, down
Let
the
me bring it
cave.
back. Let me bring it back.
How do we
You
get in
wanted
this
to
cart?
go to Gandolfo's.
Gandolfo. That's how we got there.
That's how we
We got
got
from
there.
we got from Gandolfo's to watching Rocky marathons. It's
No, we
pretty
went
good.
Gandolfo's and then I said
I know,
Gandalf
but
the
I'm just
Great, Gandalf
saying
the White.
I jumped ahead, but I'm just saying that's pretty good.
Hold on. I'm going to take one more turn. Maybe we need to take like a break, not a break from the podcast, but a break from our normal format that we should do 7 episodes where you watch all the Harry Potter movies.
I thought about that. I think we should.
I
How about
mean,
this? If 2 people make a comment
if
and they actually will listen to our episodes,
they'll
then
be
I'll do
okay
it.
that we completely break from our format and have
Actually, I
Nate.
know I'd get 2 because my daughter's been begging me to do it, and I know my wife would probably be the second one. So,
I actually just did it. My wife and I just watched all the Harry Potters.
did you?
She watched. I didn't watch all of them with her. She did watch some without me, but I was kind of along for the ride. I do like the Harry Potter movies and the
Okay, I
game. I have the
think
Harry
I
Potter
think I
game too.
could. I think I if it was Lord of the Rings, then it probably no. I would say no. I don't think I can handle that. But I think Harry Potter's a little bit more.
I think you'd enjoy it. I do. I genuinely think you will.
Yeah, it's just hard to think that they're just ripping off Star Wars. I can't handle it.
Well, we'll get that on the calendar. So we'll talk about that later.
So what we would do then is every week we review one movie,
Yeah,
or you just ask me questions, or I can give my honest opinion about what I thought about that
I was gonna
movie.
be so audacious to say let's watch them together, but you probably should watch them with your wife and daughter, and I can
Yeah,
watch
my
them with.
daughter. And I probably should. Let's do that. Let's so yeah. So we just need 2 of you out there to
Tell us the secret
give us a
word.
thumbs up. Tell us the secret word. What is the secret word for this week?
The secret word is. Let's see.
Judgment.
Hold on. Let me think of a funny Harry Potter word.
Harry
Um,
Potter.
I'm gonna think of a Harry Potter word that will be the funny
Oh, what's the drink?
butterbeer.
Butterbeer.
That's not a funny word.
It's not a funny word.
I'm trying to think
Butterbeer.
of a funny word.
Funny. There's funny words.
Yeah, I mean it's a magical land. Of course, there's funny words.
Okay.
Avada Kedavra. That's gonna be the word. Avada Kedavra.
Avada Kedavra.
That's a spell.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
That
tell you what
will
it does. I'm not gonna spoil it.
that will well it puts us in trance to want to watch the Harry Potter movies. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely does not do that.
Okay,
But
fair enough.
I'll let you find out. But you need to say in the voice too. Oh, cadabra. That's how you say it.
Okay. I don't get it, but
I know you don't, but you will. No, so okay. You wanted to go to Gandolfo's.
let's go back.
And
Rewind.
people are wondering, how did we not get to Gandolfo's? We can't even get to Gandolfo's to talk about it in this episode.
We will. We need to go to Gandolfo's before
It closes.
it closes or they're gone completely. But they close fairly early. Wasn't it like 7 o'clock that they close?
Yeah.
Maybe it was
really
eight,
early.
7 or 8. It was seemed. I'm pretty sure maybe it's 8.
It was much earlier than you'd expect for
Yeah,
Friday night.
because I think we got done with the Haunted Forest right at like 7:45 or around 8 o'clock. So we were like, oh, we thought they'd close at least at 9. So that's where we wanted to go. And then we did the whole typical teenager Friday night. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do for like an hour as we drove around Pleasant Grove and American Fork? Naming everything in the books. And I don't even know how we landed upon the mining cafe.
Oh man, I don't.
You
remember.
might have said something. Oh, I remember we were thinking R&R, and I was like,
yeah, that's right.
Becky and I had just like cooked a brisket like the week prior, so I was like way burnt out on barbecue stuff.
But that exit to R&R, so we were heading to R&R, but on that exit, if you go the other way, you get to where.
Yeah, and I think you were the one that brought up the mining cafe or something.
Because I knew you wanted to go there.
And so we're like, ooh, episode possibilities. And I always wanted to go there. So we did. And
where did we go?
That's it.
The Midvale. Did we even say it? The Midvale Mining Cafe?
Is that what it's called?
You said it.
I said the mining cafe.
Oh, did you?
But I don't think I said Midvale. Midvale Mining Cafe.
Midvale Mining Cafe and catering.
And catering.
Apparently they cater too. But yes, we finally made it there. It's a place we've had on the list, on our short list of places to go. And yeah, they were open late. I've always thought of this place as a breakfast place, and I think that's mostly what it is. So I mean, it's
well, they seem to. I feel like they are always advertising like the prime rib dinner, like
and their scones. I know it's a big.
Okay, but I've seen it. Like I said, I had those clients that work there. Seen it 100 times, and it's one of those places that it's not top of mind, but you drive by, you're like, oh, I should go there someday. I should go there someday. And it just, like I said, it took a long time to get in that front door, but we finally did it. And here we are.
Here we are talking about it.
I wonder if I can remember what everybody got.
I can.
Ooh.
I'm looking right now. So you got.
I did like the chicken cordon bleu.
That's right, chicken cordon bleu. What did Becky get? I don't know if I have a picture of her food.
Did she get a hamburger or did you get a hamburger?
Didn't she have something with seafood?
No, she doesn't like seafood.
She got something that you. No, I gave you something from my plate. Didn't I? Or she gave you something. There was some kind of salad or something that you had.
Oh, that's right. It came with like a macaroni shrimp salad or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. And she doesn't like shrimp. And she said she didn't want it. And I said, well, can you put it on a separate plate and just give it to me? And the lady's like, yeah.
That's right.
So I wanted to give a whirl because it was like
I apologize. I don't have a picture of what Becky had, but yeah, you had the cordon bleu thingy. I had a burger. My wife had the prime rib dinner. And your wife had something.
I can't remember what she had either.
You sent me a picture of what you had. I don't see hers. Something she had a baked potato with it.
Was October 20th? No, wait.
October 14th.
I'm like in the wrong year, dude. I was like, because that sounds like a sandwich. It was October what?
14th.
14th. See if I took any pictures. Oh, my wife just got a steak.
A steak, okay.
Right? that's not yours or
Oh
your
no, no, yeah,
wife's.
that's hers.
So she got a steak dinner with some corn and
Some
baked potato.
carne.
And then I got my chicken cordon bleu with some corn and baked potato. And then I ate her shrimp
Seafood shrimp
salad, whatever it
thingy.
was.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we had. Before we get into it, I have to say our waitress was probably the best waitress I've ever had.
She was good. It was.
Maybe not the best I've ever had, but she was extra in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
She was very personable, very knowledgeable of the things on the menu, and she was just a delight.
And I feel like too, I did my normal like what's popular here, right? And she didn't roll her eyes, and
She went right into it.
she's like, "I'll tell you what. I tell you what."
Yes. Yes, she gave you all the details. And yeah. Um, what did you think?
Um, let's see. My
Well,
chicken cordon, the
should we
chicken
talk
was
about
dry. The
the
chicken was
place?
dry, so I didn't really necessarily enjoy the chicken cordon bleu that I got. Um, but it 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 met my expectations for what I thought it was. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's your typical mama pop version of Denny's and or IHOP or something like that, which I tend to like a little bit more because the quality seems to be better and the options seem to be better as well. And I feel like there was a bunch of restaurants like this back in the day that haven't really made it through the test of times. But
So we've reviewed the place that used to be here. It used to be that Gene Fulmer restaurant, right? I'm pretty sure.
Gene Fulmer used to be there in
I
that
think
spot.
that's what it was before.
Okay, I didn't know
So
that.
this place has been around since it says family owned since 1985, and that's all.
And that's it.
So, but yeah,
Yeah,
it is kind of, yeah, like you said, that mom and pop feel. It doesn't. It's not like a world beater. It's not the place everybody's going.
it's not a franchise, but it's your typical cafe. Something like, reminds me a little bit like the Seinfeld Cafe or something like that. It's,
Yeah,
yeah, your traditional cafe style foods.
you got your regulars.
And so if you want a higher end, higher quality product, it's probably not a place you would choose to go to. But it's fun. It was a fun experience. I mean, I
But we
had
still want to
fun.
go back for breakfast and
Yeah,
try
we
it.
need to go back and try the breakfast. I hear they're pretty famous for their breakfast. So we will make a trip back and try it and update our review.
Yeah, I got a burger and I liked my burger. I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty safe bet. I didn't really venture
Yeah.
out like I
That's what's
usually
hard when you go to
don't.
places like that. If you get a burger, you're like, can you really mess up a burger that much? So it is a safe bet. We all us other three of us took bigger gambles than you did.
So yeah, I
And
I took you guys could have taken a good gamble. You could have taken a gamble that really paid off, right? You could have got
right.
something amazing. I was the one that decided to take the easy road and say, you know what, guys, I'll just try something real run of the mill, let you know how it is.
So when I do go to play, like if I'm really hungry and like you're traveling, you go to a place like that, I tend to usually play it safe as well. No, I'm not going to come back. I don't need to find the gym in in the area, but I'll usually either get like the club sandwich type situation or a
Mm,
hamburger, like you said, because those are two things that are really kind of hard to mess up. And even if like the club sandwich is dry, then I just put ketchup on it
there you go.
to make it taste better.
And we should be fair. I mean, we were there a little bit later. Like it wasn't super late, but maybe later than I don't think they were going to be open much longer after we were leaving. So maybe things were kind of closing down. They didn't have all their normal staff.
Right.
It's probably not like you said, the popular place on a Friday night.
And most of their dinners, if you get like a dinner, it comes with a scone, right? Which they're kind of known for.
Yeah.
And that was great. I had a
Oh
scone
yeah.
for a long time, so I like the scone. But let's back the truck up a little bit and let's talk about. I just remembered your experience doing your good deed for the day.
A good deed.
You
Yes,
want to tell? Do you want to tell everybody what happened?
I have a lovely wife who always prompts me to do good deeds. I mean, I sometimes do good deeds on my own, but I think she prompted me to go help this gentleman that was having a very difficult time getting out of the restaurant. And so,
So really, you just went to open the door, if I remember,
yeah,
because
yeah, that was it.
you thought it was going to be the
So
end
I
of the road.
thought it ended up being a 15-minute expedition. And he was telling me his life story. So I don't know if it was his wife, who he was with. She was not going to help him. She seemed very salty that he couldn't walk. And so I helped him open the door and was walking him out to his truck. And he's telling me about it was like a vitamin B. He had too much vitamin B or something. And that's why he couldn't walk. And he was, you know, probably one of the regulars type of person you'd expect to see at a place like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
100%.
not surprising at all, but nice enough guy. Yeah, helped him out to his truck where he had many things. It was like a view into the future if you're not careful, Nate.
That's why you helped him. You felt like you were helping future Nate.
If Nate lets his love of deals get a hold of him too much, he will end up
Was
with
everything in his car like brand new?
oh no.
Okay, that'd be different then, because like
It, yeah.
my hoarding isn't like hoarding newspapers. My
No,
hoarding
no.
is like brand new things that I just bought because there's a deal, and then I don't do anything with it.
I know. I'm just saying, be careful, Nate, because all
Okay,
those new
it's a
things can turn old quick.
slippery slope.
Slippery slope. But anyways, it was like you said, my good deed for the day. And I wasn't mad. Like my scone was a little cold when I got back, but it was not a. I was happy to help the gentleman out to his car.
Yeah, well, I did. I mean, I saw him walk past the table, but then my back was turned, so you guys were watching the whole show. So
Yeah.
you were nice enough to like, okay, I'll go help him. But I really thought you were just going to go open the door for him. So you let him through the first door. There's two doors, right? Like most restaurants have. First door that goes through, second door goes through, and Brandon doesn't come back for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh no, did Brandon just get human trafficked? You know,
You were trafficked.
Kidnapped or whatever. But then he came back. He eventually came back.
I just realized if I didn't help him, like grab him, like I had to support him, he was not going to make it because it was not going very well. So opening the door was not going to do much to aid this man. So yes,
You're a good person.
it was a
We're doing it.
long, slow walk to the truck. And then I take him to the truck, and apparently he's the one driving.
Oh yeah, I think we might have mentioned something like that. Did you just put this guy in his death cab?
Yeah, put the nail in his coffin, basically.
But I also feel, I mean, they're not sponsoring our podcast, so we can say honest things. I also feel that's a place that if you go to at the time of the night that we went, you're gonna have stories to tell.
Mm.
I mean, not every night, but I'm sure
You're going
most
there
nights,
to tell stories, I would argue.
yeah, you're gonna have something's gonna happen.
Sure, open mic night.
It wasn't anything crazy, but it did make me wonder because we drove my truck and I have my gun in my console, and it made me wonder if I needed to put it in my pocket.
Bring your fork and your gun.
My fork and my gun. So it's an interesting area. That little area over there in Midvale,
yeah,
is very interesting. So
is it right across the street where they have like Arctic Circle headquarters or something?
yeah, yeah.
So it's a weird part of town.
It's weird. Across the street too is a hotel behind the McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
And years ago, like I get on Priceline. We haven't done it much anymore, but I get on Priceline every once in a while, and we would just like put in a bid for a really cheap like hotel room and take the kids. And it had to have a pool, and we in the wintertime would go swimming. for the weekend and stay in a hotel. And that one popped up, and the pictures online made it look like amazing. And I didn't realize which one it was. But that night, that hotel, I literally did bring my gun in and put it in the drawer next to the bed, because I'm like, oh, this is sketch.
Yeah.
And then I think at one point too, they're even talking about turning that hotel into like a wintertime like homeless shelter. So that was an interesting weekend. The swimming pool was very hodgepodge. It was indoor, but it was an interesting place. Very interesting place to stay.
Not a place you'll be staying again.
Build some character. And I remember seeing a coupon in their lobby for the mining cafe. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I should go finally try this place out.
No, but
if we went right across the street, we could have got a coupon. We could have saved like $2.
Gosh dang it. Might not have come back. We might have been human trafficked.
Yeah, well, it's true. So very, very interesting area right there. That's for sure. So
20 years later, you made it.
So if you're gonna go there, suggest maybe going there in the daytime.
Daytime, we're not gonna completely. It's got great reviews. I mean, people love it.
Oh yeah, it's been around for obviously a while now.
And they've got some cool stuff. They kind of lean into the whole mining theme, I guess. But they've got lots of pictures and lots of memorabilia.
Yeah, and they have like a waiting room, right? That you can hang out in and look at some stuff.
Yeah, pictures of like old houses. I'm presuming it's like this is kind of by the Salt Lake where that big tower is. All this like a glass case of all this rock stuff. They really just leaned into the mining thing. So it's cool. It's cool to check out the lobby. And yeah, I wasn't upset with our experience checking it out.
No, it definitely wasn't like, what's the word, upset or anything going there.
Yeah,
it was just like, yeah, it's okay. What I thought it was.
Yeah, what you thought it was.
Yeah,
but I bet my wife has been there for breakfast, and they've enjoyed the breakfast there. So we'll have to make it back. Maybe we'll make a part 2 review the breakfast menu, since we are the experts on food and taste and quality.
We so are. Everybody wants our opinion.
Yeah. And I'd be curious to hear if you've been there. What did you think? What did you think of the breakfast? If you've been there for the breakfast, is it worth it for us to make another trip out?
Or maybe we missed a dinner item that we were supposed to try and we didn't.
That's true. I mean, she gave you lots of recommendations. You took one of them, but she gave you a bunch of them.
She did.
Maybe we missed the low-hanging fruit, if you will.
Good food, good folks.
When you're here, you might be safe.
When you're inside the building, you're safe. Outside,
when you're inside, you're safe.
No guarantees.
I should have grabbed your heat before I walked the gentleman out to the car. But I made it.
Should have, or at least your fork. You should have taken your fork out there with you.
The butter knife.
The butter knife for protection.
Yeah. And let us know what weird hole in the wall mom and pop restaurant we should try next, because we like checking these ones out. So
yeah, I love places like that. I really do.
Yeah. Tell us where to go next. That's all we're saying.
What are we missing?
Thanks for listening to This Is a Place podcast.
And this was a place we just talked about.